Kreepers. So like I promised, I'm going to keep you guys updated here at Spirit Halloween for the 2020 season. And if you guys can see, a lot of people trying to catch the sneak peek, they actually went ahead and put this purple covering over the window here. But check this out, somebody accidentally got the plastic caught in the door here last night. So we're going to peek the camera in here just for a second, and it looks like there is, it's hard to see because of the glare, but look at that, they are setting up. So slowly but surely, oh, it looks like you can actually get a job with them as well. If you go to their website, visit workforspirit.com to apply. That's pretty cool. I actually just would pop my head in too and let them know you want a job wherever you may be at. But we're going to keep creeping, but it looks like they are going to be operational, so that's a good sign. See you guys soon. It's kind of funny to see that little opening there at Spirit. Got a little sneak peek. But I crept down a ways, and today we're going to start here at the Main City Park. If you guys can see right behind me here, it actually reads Main City Park, but we are in Gresham, Oregon, which is just east of Portland, a little suburb. Well, it's not really little anymore. And today, this path that I'm on, the Springwater Corridor, holds a lot of historic relics and an abandoned brick factory. That's right, once basically one of the biggest employers, if not the biggest employer for people in here in East County a while ago. So there's definitely a story behind it, and there's definitely some really cool things along the way. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. We're going to check out some of these pictures behind us first, and then we'll creep down the trail. See you guys soon. So if you guys can see right from the get-go here, they have, the city of Gresham has constructed this little informational board with a ton of info, including the trail, some historical homes along the way, some exotic animals and different species, if you will. And this is basically just a little welcoming to Gresham. But like I said, it holds a lot of historical relics, which I thought was really cool. And we're going to see a lot of these along the way, but one in particular that I wanted to kind of focus on here was this Columbia Brickworks. And if you guys can see, they've got these really cool old-timey pictures. Some of the workers there. And as I kind of went down the rabbit hole of info, I was just blown away by how much of these bricks they were actually able to construct over the years, which we'll get into more later. But check it out, they've got their horses there and some of the workers there posted up. But yeah, once a successful company ran by the Ulbrich family, which we will definitely get into more later as well. From 1906 to 1973, this factory made more than 150 varieties of bricks. This location was ideal because with the large bank of clay, an abundance of wood to bake the bricks, and the trolley to transport the bricks to the market. So basically right here is where we are on the Springwater Trail, which is right here next to the Main City Park. And what we're going to do is we're going to creep down this way, all the way down the trail, and visit not only some of these old homes, but the remnants of the old brick factory. So definitely going to want to stay tuned. See you guys soon. So this path that we're on right here in front of us, this is the Springwater Corridor, which runs into Portland, all the way into, gosh, I believe as far as maybe Milwaukee or even Clackamas. But we're going to go east here on the Springwater towards Mount Hood and check out some of the historical houses. And like I said, we're going to see if there's any remnants from the brick factory, which is now abandoned. So I'm walking a ways here. If you guys can see this cool wooden bridge is actually here for a good reason. Right below us is the Johnson Creek, which runs basically parallel to the spring water, full of all kinds of wildlife. But this was the reasoning for the mass production of clay bricks that were able to dig from alongside the clay, from the banks of the creek here. In order to create the bricks, they had a plethora of clay right along the lines here. Pretty cool. Oh man, so that map made it look a lot closer than it was. Have you guys ever noticed that when you're looking at a map, it seems like it's right there, but obviously it's a lot longer of a ways. So I've been tracking down this spring water corridor here for a minute, which is kind of nice actually, because there's not that many folks out here this morning. So I'm able to take the mask off. I am precautious though, and just for good measure and kind of a common courtesy, whenever I see somebody coming or hear them behind me, I put my mask on just for good measure. Oh man, so that map made it look a lot closer than it was. Have you guys ever noticed that when you're looking at a map, it seems like it's right there, but obviously it's a lot longer of a ways. So I've been tracking down this spring water corridor here for a minute, which is kind of nice actually, because there's not that many folks out here this morning. So I'm able to take the mask off. I am precautious though, and just for good measure and kind of a common courtesy, whenever I see somebody coming or hear them behind me, I put my mask on just for good measure. Let's take a little peek at one of these little informational stands or placards. I just love the sound of that. You guys can hear that water. The Johnson Creek is just right behind this sign and runs all the way down the bank. But check this out. This is the Beaver Habitat right through here. It says here, beavers are nocturnal creatures asleep during the day in the barrows along the creek banks. They emerge after the sunset to eat and work. Beaver dams are not on willows or cottonwoods and are more common sight than the beaver itself. Look for signs of the beaver's handiwork along Johnson Creek. So when we get up this way, we might see some gnawing on some teeth there, or some wood, I mean. There's even a little beaver dam here. Some beavers build their homes out of sticks and twigs. The beaver rubs mud into the cracks and makes it waterproof. Oh, that's cool. A hole is made in the bottom of the house for a door. They have to go under the water to get into their home. That is way cool. And then they've even got a little footprint here of, looks to be maybe a duck. Oh, that's a adult beaver hind print, and this is the adult beaver front paw. And then they compared it to what a child's hand and foot is. Pretty cool. I wouldn't say identical, but very cool. Not all beavers live in dens or dams. Some beavers, like those along Johnson Creek, live in hollows. They dig out of the mud banks. Very interesting. But I love the fact that they have these natural habitats set up here to help keep some of these animals healthy and alive. Pretty cool. Where are you, beaver? Are you with the Haskell? So awesome. There's their little habitat right down there. So I just came from that away, and I realized that the Mutual Materials, which is the, I'd say, newer Brickyards, is right here. You guys can hear behind that fence. A lot of work going on, a lot of heavy machinery. So they are in operation. But if you guys go with me right down this way, we're going to take a look at where the remnants of the old brickyard was. Just right up this way. So right from the top there, you can see Columbia Brickworks. And this is a highly informational little placard. It starts out by saying, just a red clay brick? Not at the Columbia Brickworks. In response to demand, the company once manufactured 150 different types of bricks in different colors, shapes, and textures. And the, like I said, the original brick factory, which just sits right down this way, was owned and operated by the Aldrich family in 1906, when most of the streets and the commercial buildings were made of brick. In 1908, the Portland area had 68 brickyards producing 7 days a week. The Columbia Brickworks was known for its efficiency and soon became the major supplier of brick for the Portland area. The company later introduced Roman bricks and hollowed clay tiles to the Northwest. So isn't that cool? And just a little bit more info, the reason why they're able to make these bricks is because of the clay foundations formed along the riverbank that run adjacent to the Springwater Trail, which is Johnson Creek. So that's pretty cool. They were able to apply abundant of bricks for many years, including being Gresham, if not Multnomah County's #1 basically people that would, you know, employ. #1 employer. And they even done us better, and they introduced us to a little brick here of different patterns. If you can see, there's a couple different textures and designs that you can go with. And I believe this is newer, because I remember some of the older style bricks, which unfortunately was removed or broken from here originally. But yeah, they were able to form all kinds of different clay because of the bedding. Another little tidbit from here. It says the brickyard was constructed along the Springwater Division line with a coal bunker, low brick storage sheds, and loading docks built close to the tracks. The railroad brought coal for the kilns and transported the bricks to the market, which would have been right here. Along the path here would have laid the tracks. So how cool is that? They were able to transport the bricks all the way into town. Kind of harder to read because of the shade of this shrubbery, but it says continually modernized since the 60s. The brickyard has only a few structures that date from the Aldrich ownership. The Columbia Brickworks is one of Gresham's oldest factories. I wonder if these are some of the original bricks where that placard stands. I bet they are. That's cool. As I walked farther and farther from the newer manufacturing plant, it got quieter and quieter, and I thought to myself, is this okay? But I'm going to try and creep in on one of these back old trails right as you go through this little path, which I probably should have wore pants. I got shorts on, but you can see remnants of the old bricks. Oh my gosh, it's a big one. Let's see if I can maneuver through this, but look at this, you guys, they're literally everywhere. And as I step, I can kind of hear the sound the bricks make. Oh, this is kind of sketchy though. Holy smokes, look at all these ones. almost like a little path set up here. Oh my gosh. These bricks are everywhere. Crazy. Now I know I gotta be careful coming through here. Not only of tetanus and nails and whatnot. But I also don't want to fall. Like I said, these bricks are everywhere. So I could only imagine how many they produced over the time that they were here. Wow, this is crazy. Oh yeah. You guys see back in there? That's part of the old plant. Wow. Looks like most of it's gone. Holy smokes, look at this place. Look at all these bricks. This place is so weird. Basically just took a sharp right back there and ended up back in this other little desolate place, but there's little remnants everywhere. I'm not sure what the heck that would have been, but like I said, there's bricks all around back here. It's crazy. Wow, look at this old... I really gotta be careful I don't fall. This old like oil drum back here. Whoa, what is all this? I know I don't want to get caught up in any nettle either. Yipes! That sticker bush just got me. Yeah, look at this, you guys. So I made my way back out. Oh man, I had to trample through here back down to the Springwater Trail down here. But man, pretty crazy back here. Look at this pile of bricks. Crazy to think how long this has been sitting here for. Here, why you never go into the sticker bushes with shorts on, but it was well worth it. Nope. It's cool to me to think that Franz Ulbrich, the original owner of the brick factory, after his uncles owned it, was able to succeed so much and actually had a great history here in Gresham. Helped the St. Henry's Church be rebuilt with the same bricks that were manufactured from here, which we're going to creep to next. But he was only 19 when he made his journey from Ellis Island to a small town named Gresham. And to this day, the Ulbrich family's name holds strong here in East County. But for many years in the 30s, were better known not only from the brick factory, but the giant swimming hole or pool that they had dug in their backyard and would host a tremendous amount of get-togethers and gatherings. And not that many people had swimming pools right in their backyard then, so it was a tremendously big hit. So I'm gonna peek my head in to the new brick company here, brick factory. Check out all these bricks here though. They're everywhere. Let's go inside and see if they have any old relics or any pictures of the old one. Okay, so I was sent over here to the office of the new brick factory, if you will, and check this out.
On the back of that picture, it states, I believe, built in 1965.
1965, and this was one of the original big sheds back there that the Ulbrich family would construct their bricks at. Look at that, you guys.
The building is still there, but the inside's been gutted and it's used for different purpose now.
Okay.
The kiln is gone.
Oh, that's a giant kiln back there.
Yeah, that is a big tunnel kiln.
It's cool that they would use the clay right from Johnson Creek to make the brick.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And in fact, it's quite interesting because this building that we're in, me and the gentleman, Chris, who owns it now, were just talking, and he said that he pretty much thinks that most of the brick that was used for this building was the original brick as well. So interesting, definitely, to say the least. Like I said, a lot of history you guys can see in here. So that was pretty cool of Chris to let me creep around back in there and check out what the new factory was up to. A lot has changed in a lot of time, but still making bricks with the same clay years later. Let's creep up to another place. See you soon. Just made our way back into the spot where we started this morning, just right over there, and which I thought was really cool, interesting, and ironic as I crept through here. Speaking of bricks, you can actually buy or donate a brick that is engraved with whatever you may like, obviously in good faith. Here's a giant one here. Happy birthday, City of Gresham. And then if you look down here, without my shadow in the way here, there is a ton of bricks that are all dedicated to different people around the world here in Gresham. A lot of businesses. Pretty cool. And like I said, it sits right here at this little plaza, which we started right in front of here, right before the brickyard. And I'll definitely leave info if you guys want to maybe go ahead and get a brick yourself. Look at this one. Batman, aka Bruce. And then a hidden Mickey? Pretty cool though. On the backside of St. Henry's Church, they've got their little church bell out here as well. But if you guys can see, all of this brickwork is the original brickwork from the brickyards that we were just at. And it's literally the whole building which was reconstructed in 1964. This church was originally erected in 1913, but by 64 needed some work, so the Ulbricht family donated all of these bricks, and they go all along the sides here. Most of this looks to be like a newer addition to the church, but if you can see, even the chimney and the entire layout is all the old brick. So how cool is that? And they've even constructed this little place here for this bell. Pretty cool. And it's amazing to me to think about how much brick was constructed there, but it's really cool to see it still holding steady all these years later. Pretty cool.